Jamie Kidwell Bricks, and I was one of the organizers of the Homegrown Homebrew Festival for this year. Whenever we're looking at judging a beer, there's a few common characteristics that are pretty classic to judge a beer on. One is simply just flavor, and that can be different styles of beer. You know, if it's a pale ale, does it have the hoppiness? Does it have certain citrus flavors? Is it sweet? Does it have the right balance of bitterness and sweetness? And does it get some of that yeast character that you have in certain styles of beer? So one of the other characteristics that we look for in judging is aroma. And so what you do is you really get a good noseful, you like cover the top of the glass and you stick your nose in, and what you're really looking for is to smell the aromas of the hops generally. Does it smell citrusy? Does it smell piney? If it's a maltier beer, do you get some of that sweetness? We had an entry that used honey this year. You could sort of smell some of that honey right on the nose right away, and it's a really big part of tasting a beer is how you smell it. And you actually do that before you taste it. So we have flavor, aroma, and then we have appearance. So when you look at a beer, there are certain styles. If you're drinking a lager or something that's really light, think your domestic beers, which a lot of people drink, it should be very clear. It should be a golden color. You should be able to put two fingers behind the glass and see straight through. If you're thinking about a hoppier beer, a pale ale, or an IPA, maybe something that's been dry hopped, it'll be a little hazy because the hops bring that to it. So you're just looking at the color, the clarity, and sort of assessing that. And then you're looking at the mouthfeel is another characteristic. So when you drink the beer, what does it feel like in the front of your mouth, in the back of your mouth? Sort of what is the finish like? So with that, you know, if it's something that's light in alcohol, you're going to have a thinner body, so it's going to be easier to drink. You're going to want to take that next sip. It's going to be easier. If you're drinking something like a stout, you know, it's going to be a fuller mouthfeel. You're going to have to take sort of fewer sips to sort of get that really full flavor. And then one of the other ones is just sort of the overall impression. Was it a good beer? And so you can sort of get all those check marks, and then we score points for each of those categories, and that sort of gives you the overall score for a beer. Did I miss one? Okay. It's like we were talking.